Hey y'all, welcome to Lumberjillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Now today I'm going to be reviewing a pretty cool figure, Elite Series 58 Mickie James. Without further ado, let's dive right in. I was super excited to pick this figure up. It looks great, and the women's title that's included is a great added bonus. This Elite women's figure does look super good displayed boxed, and normally that would be my preference, but let's open her up and get a closer look. Something cool about this series of figures, and there were a couple others, is that they come with the signature display stand, and I think that's really good, especially because some of the women's Elite figures are hard to stand up. So before I get into the figure, let's just put this together. As you can see, there's two pieces that just click right in there. These little pegs, very sturdy. And then there's a nice little art of Mickie that slides right in the back. Boom. And then there's a little peg for the left foot to go in. And there you have it. She might have to be displayed with this. That's just cool. Now her attire in this figure is based off her match from NXT TakeOver Toronto on November 19th, 2016, where Asuka defeated her via submission. And as you'll see, when we get a closer look, they nailed the detail of this figure. The body shape is also very accurate to her, and it looks great. But the first thing we're going to look at real close is this really cool accessory she comes with. So even though her match versus Asuka was for the NXT Women's title, they included the Women's Championship belt, which was retired in 2010. Now she is a 5-time Women's Champion, so this is definitely an added bonus that I'm so glad they put in there. Now taking a closer look, woo! Let's get a good picture here. As you can see, this title is gorgeous. I have fond memories of this title belt because I was a pretty big fan of Jacqueline back in the Attitude Era and all her work, and she a lot of times had this championship. So if you look closely, it's got Women's Champion painted in red, along with that highly detailed gold on there. And on the sides, the little plates are that gold material with a little blue paint and the WWE logo. And the quote-unquote leather is just a rubber, but it looks like leather and has a nice texture to it. So this is one of the best Women's Championship belts that I have, and I'm pretty happy to have it. So to me, this is probably the best Mickie James face scan. It's definitely better than her other Mattel Elite, and also her Jax figures. Surprisingly, I would say her Jax limited edition figure is her second best one, and Jax often didn't do good with their women's figures. But some of the limited editions like Melina or Mickey's other one were pretty awesome. Now this face scan is almost spot on. She also has her accurate brown hairstyle, as you can see. And I really like the smile they gave her. It just really portrays Mickie James well. The first thing I noticed about her top when I took a closer look is that it is mostly a molded piece, which is awesome. Now there's molding in between her chest, even on this pattern that goes up, and on the straps, her collar, and you can't really tell, it looks just painted, but there's even a little bit of molding on the top of her chest there. The sides are just painted. But either way, I'm pretty glad that they added that molding in there. More often than not, they just have a generic under design that they just paint the design on top. So this looks great, and I'm really glad they did that. In the back, that is just a painted strap, but that's okay, it works. They did a lot of detail in the front. So her blue bottoms are pretty awesome. She has a little black belt with a pink outline painted on, and little silver intricate dots. Now that design goes down to the bottom of her pant legs, and what's awesome is they flared out the bottom of her pant leg mold, almost give the appearance of bell bottoms, which is super accurate to her signature attire at the time. I also like the inclusion of this logo on the side of her pant leg, which is really intricately painted, and it even has a little circle in the middle, displaying what would be her skin underneath. So this looks awesome, really pops. As far as availability goes, I got pretty lucky. I got her in a really good trade, where I traded away some of my male figures to pick her up. If you get on eBay, she's around that $40 price range, which to me is completely worth it. And you won't find her on the pegs considering it's an older Elite series. But to me, if you're a women's division collector, this is a must buy. With the awesomeness of the figure, but also the title that comes with it. So definitely go out and try to find it. Overall, I give Elite Series 58 Mickie James a score of a 9 out of 10. It doesn't get much better than this. Honestly, if you're a collector of the women's division, like I said, this is one of the top elites out there. The accessory, the attire, the scan, and even the display stand that comes with her is huge and awesome. So go out and find this figure. Thanks for stopping by Lumberjillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. I got plenty of future content to come, and I'm really excited to share it with y'all. Have a good night.